homeschooler currently, please stay on the live. Ask me any questions that you want to ask. If you are homeschool curious, meaning the school year just ended and you don't think you want to send your kiddo back to school, please stay on. I'm going to be here and I can answer any and all of the questions that you. Anybody here from Minnesota on this live tonight? It is full-fledged conference season. I have one weekend off and then I'm heading to HEAV, which is going to be so exciting. So welcome to my live. Hi, Erica. Yay. I'm so glad to see you. So I can see the TikTok. Welcome everybody. I am so happy to be here tonight answering any and all of your educational questions, homeschooling questions. Please just put them in the chat. If you are a Thrive member, I want to know that you're here. I know you by name and I might not know your handle on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or any of those. So yeah, come on in and ask any questions that you have. First off, I want to ask you, please put in the chat where you live, because I'd like to get to know you a little bit, and let me know how many kiddos you have and how long you've been homeschooling. I would love to know. And, oh, it's so sweet. Some of my girlies are already here. This is so awesome. If you are just coming in here, hi, I'm Christy-Faith. I'm author of the book Homeschool Rising. I'm here to answer any and all homeschooling questions that you have. I can give you a little bit of background regarding my credentials. I'm author of this book, but first off, I want to know where you live, how many kiddos you have, and how long you've been homeschooling. And if you're homeschool curious, please put that in the chat as well. I know this is the time of year where you're really considering, like, do I really want to send my kids back to school? Or do I want to homeschool them? A lot of parents are thinking right now, the school really didn't serve my kiddo. Maybe your child has some diagnoses. Maybe there's bullying, lots of stuff going on. The number one reason why parents pull their kids is actually environment. A lot of people think a lot of things and make a lot of assumptions about homeschoolers, but the research does show that it's environment. Is that why those of you homeschooling right now, is that why you chose to homeschool? Was it environment? Was it something else? Oh, hi, we have someone from California. That's awesome. I'm from California originally, Southern California. Where are you from? I'd love to know. That's Erica. No. Yeah. No, someone on Instagram. Erica's on... Oh,
okay. Sorry, TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Erica is from California, but someone from Instagram. What part of California are you? That's Mr. Ed. Oh, I hope you're in education because we can have a really good discussion tonight. Yes. Oh, okay. Awesome. You're currently homeschooling. Yes. Everyone's like, yes, it's the environment. Same. I love it. You know, we taught kids from K to college at our learning center. We even ran a homeschool pod before pods were even pods. And as we started to have our family, we slowly realized, man, I don't know if this is what we want for our kids. And we asked ourselves a very dangerous question, which you might want to leave now because I'm going to ask it and I'm going to say it out loud, because if you really do ask your heart this question, the answer is not going to be in the system. And I asked myself the question, what is an education? Why are we doing this? What is it supposed to do? What is it supposed to be? How is it supposed to serve our kids? And when we really ask ourselves, what is an education, we realize that the system itself has a very narrow view, and it is educating kids for an industrial age that no longer exists, which means our schools are literally preparing children for a world that no longer exists. An education filled with content is not an education. An education, at least in my estimation, and your definition can be different, and I want to hear yours, but the basic one I keep coming back to is that it's the cultivation of a human being. That's what I think it is. And it has more to do than just content and memorizing the states and capitals and all those things. And content is fine. But if that's your sole purpose, you're missing something amazing, and you're missing the opportunity to help your kids grow in amazing, vital skills that are transferable in real life. We look at the data nowadays, what employers are looking for. They're not looking to see if your kid knows the Pythagorean theorem. They're looking to see if your kiddo has soft skills, team playing skills, communication skills, and things like that. And so really, when you look at the school system, you realize, wow, that's not doing what I really want. And actually, when people join Thrive Homeschool Community, the very first thing I ask you to do when you join is to take my workshop called Finding Your Why. And it helps you in 45 minutes come up with a sentence that you can memorize that is totally personal to you as to why you're homeschooling, why you chose it. And then when you realize and you really get to the heart of what you want for your kids and your family, you realize, I'm never going to find this in the system. And a lot of people realize, like me, that even if my kids were in the system, I'd be trying to battle what the system has done for 7 hours. I'd be trying to undo it on the nights and weekends. And so a lot of us are just like, you know what? No thanks. Like, I got this. I'm off the hamster wheel. I don't need you. There's amazing homeschool resources out there, and we're fine. So you guys.
Instagram isn't working. I have to TFA it.
Okay, Instagram isn't working. Scott is going to do something with it, but I'm here on TikTok. I'm here on the other ones. Hi, YouTube. I think I'm on Facebook just fine. I saw comments on Instagram, but that's okay. Are you going to stop it and restart it?
I have a question about parental rights.
Yes. I know. I'm seeing comments on Instagram, but it's not on your...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and ask your question about parental rights. That is a really good discussion to have, and it's really something to think about when it comes to parental rights. And also, the new tagline lately is children's rights. So I'll just let Scott figure out... Instagram. And then on TikTok here, hello. Okay, so tell me, TikTok, where are you guys from? How many kids do you have? Hello. It's so good to see you guys. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. And so sorry if you were on Instagram, you can hop onto TikTok or Facebook because we're still trying to get Instagram to work. It's hard. You should see the setup over here with all the things and the lights and all of that. So welcome you guys to my live tonight. My name is Christy-Faith. I'm author of Homeschool Rising, speaker, podcaster. Yes. Okay, someone said the screen is freezing, but you can leave me like that if you want, if that's not helping. That's fine. I can be kind of off kilter. That's okay. All right, go ahead and ask your question about parental rights. I think we're back on Instagram, and I know I'm a little crooked, but we kind of were losing the Instagram feed.
We don't have it's gonna feed, but I can't look at it.
Okay, that's awesome. I can try to look at the comments from here. Is the screen still freezing on Instagram? Would you guys let me know? I'd love to know. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. I do want to say that this live is brought to you by a couple of sponsors. First, we have CTC Math. They have been a wonderful partner with me for many years now. People think that we have to do all of the teaching. People really misunderstand homeschooling. We use curriculum as our tool, and CTC Math is something that I use in my own home. It does all the teaching, grading, and testing for you. It gives your kids an excellent math education, and you're more of an overseer and an emotional support for your kids while they're doing their math. It's a fantastic math program, and you're not sacrificing any academics in the process. And so if math is something that intimidates you, if maybe it's something that has kept you from homeschooling, some people really worry about those upper level subjects, like how will I teach those? The answer is we don't, unless you're a specialist in it and want to and just love the subject. Most of us, by the time our kids get a little bit older, we are sourcing really well. Does that mean that we're not homeschooling? Absolutely not. Of course we're homeschooling, but we're sourcing really well, and we're giving our kids the top-notch level of education. And we really do have it at our fingertips because we have the best resources in the world and we can source them. So if math is something that you're struggling with right now in your homeschool, or it's something that intimidates you, please do check out CTC Math. And I think we'll have, if you're on my email subscriber list, you'll always get a discount every once in a while. So if you're not on my list, make sure. Oh, and now's the time where I should also talk about bring your questions in to the live, but also I have a lot of freebies on my website that you guys need to know about. So number one, I have lots of ebooks like the How to Homeschool Guide on there. I also have a 5-minute homeschool style finder on there. I have sample homeschool schedules. If you're curious, like what do other people's homeschool schedules look like? I have a free download for that. I'll tell you the other freebies in just a minute. Did you have a question?
Somebody else does.
Can you read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
New mom.
Okay.
And excited to have found your page.
Yay!
I want to homeschool my twins.
Twins! I have twins!
But I absolutely have no idea where to start.
Okay, how old are the twins?
Legalities or anything.
Okay, girl! I'm so happy that you stumbled on my live tonight. So first off, I have a 23-page ebook on how to homeschool. It's a free guide. So please grab that right now. And also, you guys should know that in Thrive Homeschool Community, which is my nationwide membership, I have a program called the Failsafe Homeschool Setup. It's 8 video modules, and we work through all the logistics, yes, including legal, how to set up your schedule, how to choose all the curriculum, all of that, and it's in Thrive Homeschool Community. But first, start with my freebie. I don't know how well you know me.
And she's 2 years old.
Oh, they're 2. Oh, so you would just be, well, yeah, you would just be homeschooling preschool right now. And so, yes, grab my homeschool guide and then reach out to me via email and we can send you some more resources. I love that. And I have twins too. And oh my goodness, homeschooling twins. It's so funny when moms of homeschooling twins, when we come across each other at conferences, we're always like, yeah, girl, yeah. Because there's some things that are a little bit different. Like we deal with competition and other families deal with that too. But it's kind of hard if you have twins that are just so different, like a lot of us do. So yes, keep your questions coming, everybody. Was there another one on there? Did the parental rights person? Yay, someone says it's not freezing anymore. So that's great.
Yeah, they had a question about parental rights.
Yes, what was the question on parental rights?
When the father and mother are on a birth certificate, do they have rights to their child at that moment?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, bring that question to HSLDA. I have no idea what you're getting at there, but I will say, I'm sure HSLDA has an answer to that. You can go to hslda.org. They are Homeschool Legal Defense, and they'll be able to answer any questions that you have. But yeah, that's a hot button topic right now, both parental rights and children's rights. And to what extent do we have authority and freedom over how we raise our family? It's always an area of contention, actually. And sometimes it can be a little bit frightening if we start losing rights over our abilities to make the best decisions for our children, because after all, they are children and they're not grown up yet. So yes, so I'm going to direct you to HSLDA, not to deflect, simply because they are more qualified to answer the question. Okay, more questions coming in regarding homeschooling. I already told you about my free How to Homeschool. Let's go over everything I have free. I have my free How to Homeschool guide. I have my free 5-minute homeschool style finder. So what you guys may not know is there are actually 9 different pedagogies in which we educate children about approximately right now, to like boil them down. And you've heard a lot of them, like Charlotte Mason, classical education, Montessori, Waldorf. You've heard of a lot of them already, but there are 9. And it's really good to know yours. And the reason why it's a great place to start if you're exploring homeschooling, because most curriculum on the market falls into one of the 9 pedagogies. So if you kind of know, like, hey, I'm more of a Charlotte Mason homeschool mom, which is one of the homeschool styles or pedagogies, you'll know that that's a term that you can search for when you're looking for a curriculum or when you're shopping at the conventions and things like that. So I have a free 5-minute homeschool style finder, which, by the way, it took a lot of effort and consultants to get this test accurate and to be able to be taken in 5 minutes. And the feedback on it is actually really good, that it is pretty accurate and it's free. So I have that. Of course, I mentioned I have homeschool schedules in there, free. These are all on my profile. If you click the link, let's see, what else do I have on there? I have a deschooling download. I have a homeschool wellness check. So if you've been homeschooling a while and you just kind of want to check in on the health of your homeschool, like how am I doing right now? Then that is a really good one to download and kind of think about as the summer is beginning and you're starting to plan your next school year. So welcome everybody to the live. I'm sure there's a lot more people that have come in. My name is Christy-Faith. I'm the author of Homeschool Rising. I am a homeschool advocate, speaker, author, founder of Thrive Homeschool Community, which is a place, it's an online community that's kind of like starting your master's degree in homeschooling. We build a lot of skills, we build your confidence, but it's also a really emotionally safe place, kind of like a support group type of a vibe that we have in there, and it's really special. In fact, tomorrow we have office hours at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. So if you have been needing community, adult community, please check out Thrive. No pressure to join. Just check out the page and you'll know if it's the right thing for you or not. But until then, we can keep the questions coming. Do any of you live in a state that has a testing requirement? I'm so curious. If you do, yay! Hi, TikTok. Okay, I'm back. Hello, everybody. Awesome. What are the glitter badges? I'm so excited about the glitter badges. Does anybody struggle with having like homeschool naysayers in their life right now and you don't know what to say to them? I'm just working on finalizing one of my talks that I'm going to give in Virginia. And I'm going to give a talk on like homeschool skeptics. What do we do with them? What do we say? How do we handle those conversations when we feel cornered, or we're at the grocery store and our kids get quizzed on their states and capitals? Anybody struggle with that? I would love to know. Okay, we do have questions coming in, and I'll repeat the question.
I want to start age-appropriate PSAT prep for my oldest, 5th grade this summer. Suggestions?
Yeah, she wants to start age-appropriate PSAT testing, like test prep for her 5th grader.
Yeah.
I think she should go IC, don't you? IC practice tests? Sure. Yeah, that's what we did. A great place to start. The PSAT, I don't know the level of your child, if there's a giftedness there, but I would recommend going the route of ISEE practice tests for now at this age, and then starting like 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade, you can start looking at giving PSAT practice tests. That's a great question. You know, a lot of people think like, what about high school diplomas? How do you do a high school transcript? We do it the same way everybody else does. And we still fulfill the requirements that are the laws of our lands. If our kids are college bound, they're doing the required testing. It's very easy to make high school transcripts. It's not rocket science. And homeschooling is recognized legally across the United States. In fact, you cannot discriminate against a homeschool family. You do not need your homeschool to be accredited. That's just a total myth. And so a lot of people worry about those high